Okay. Morning, everybody. This is a very short video. I wanted to do to show people what I do as the winter is coming in to keep myself healthy. As I said before in the post this morning, we have to keep the organs of elimination healthy. And the organs of elimination is pertaining to the large and the small intestines, the large intestine, sorry, the liver, the kidney, and the lung. All right, they are the four, and the skin also is an organ. So these are the 4 or 5 organs of elimination. We must keep them well. If these organs stay well, the bloodstream in turn is going to stay well. And because all of 80% of our immune system is in our gut, it is very imperative that we keep the gut healthy. So what I did, I did a cleansing last night where I cleaned my bowels out. I take a whole set of herbs and I clean out my intestines. Now I'm going to take a couple of days and just drink a lot of coconut water with herbs. And I'm going to show you a few techniques that you can use. Facebook police, we ain't trying to tell nothing about no virus. We are teaching our people how to protect themselves. You understand? All right. So what I do is I do a few things before I go out in the environment. All right. And because you see that there is a surge in this pandemic, or what's happening in America today. And I'm trying to figure out why people keep on dying so regularly. Because people are dying because they're eating at night. Your all organs are full of toxins. Your liver have toxic bile. So you will never get protection if you are eating in the nighttime. And having all these foods clogging up the organs of elimination, they would never be able to take care of it. That is just common sense. So I'm saying, for a couple of months, try to avoid eating at night, because they are predicting how many of us are going to die by time January, before they come out with the vaccines. All right? So before they come out with the vaccines, protect yourself. All right? Let me show what I do in the morning time. Yeah. Okay, here. Hold on 1 minute. Here we are. Okay. The first thing I do in the morning is I walk with my daily detox. Yeah? See my daily detox? I do that every day because I'm going out in the environment. So before I go out in the environment, I have my daily detox that I take. And this is things that I don't make garbage products. I make good products. And a lot of people can tell you they take my stuff, it works for them. You understand? Because I know how to make them. It takes time. And what I do is I burn the herbs with ashes, to ashes, with distilled water, and I mix it together so you can get the vitamins and all the chemicals from the plants that are even better. Okay? Right. So I will do this in the morning time when I'm going out. I walk with this, it's called daily detox. And I will draw that under my tongue. I do 40 drops. Right. What it does is, as you go out in the environment, it helps the organs of elimination to stay healthy. That's why I call it daily detox. So it keeps on detoxing the organs on a regular basis. But because I have some other herbs in there from Chinese plants, it helps on the CD4 cells to build them up too at the same time. Yeah, that's what I do. And then this is not ready yet, but I'm just experimenting on myself with these herbs here to build up the whole endocrine system and also build up work on the brain. It's not fully developed, but because I'm in trials with this particular formula, I'm not going to give it a name yet unless it's fully developed, and then I'm going to pass it on to the public. Then safety, yeah, because we work with a biochemist. This one here I use to keep my energy going, keep me energetic, when I'm outside on the streets and stuff. But it's also built up the immune system too. And I will just put it under my tongue. Yeah, it's not fully developed yet. But a few herbs I have in here, like goji berry and tuba, periwinkle, schisandra berries. We're working on the adrenal glands, and I put in some ashwagandha, some damiana, and some things for the heart, because the endocrine system and the heart work together. So it's not available yet, but I'm just experimenting with this on myself and then on a few of my friends. And when it is available, we'll let you know the name of it. Okay? Wonderful. So in the morning, what I do is I boil some ginger. Yeah? And I put the ginger, make ginger tea. And after the ginger tea is made, I would add some cayenne pepper. Yeah, from ambrosia. I take a pinch of cayenne pepper, a very small pinch of it, you know. See, just like that, see, not much of it, see? And I drop it in the ginger tea. Remember, ginger will help to build up to keep the burner warm in terms of the lung too. But it helps to keep the burner, because remember that we're going into the winter from the fall. So these herbs are hot plants, whereby the cayenne pepper also helps to move the blood in terms of circulation, and it also warms the burner up, just like ginger does. The beautiful thing about ginger is it is very important for a damp and dry or hot condition of the lung. You understand? So it helps to keep the lung healthy. And because they say this particular COVID-19 affect the lung area, we want to keep the lung healthy in the process. If you have COPD and you have lung disease, like emphysema and all these other conditions of the lung and cancer of the lung, it is more difficult to fight these viruses. But ginger is so hot, it keeps the lung healthy, and it kind of moves a lot of waste from the lungs, from the alveoli. And a lot of people who came down with this COVID-19, long term after they got better, they still have troubles in the lung area. And so that's why we have to take care of the lung, because we call the lung the tender organ of the body, because the way it is located up in the chest cavity. So anything that's coming in must go to the lung, and that's the reason why we have to learn to protect the lung. See what I'm saying? So we have lung formulas that we can use to keep the lung healthy. So what I do after I put the cayenne pepper in the ginger tea, I squeeze a lemon or lime or key lime, yeah, in the water, yeah, because remember that ginger is alkaline in the blood, and so we have to keep the blood more alkaline. And then what I do is I have my antiviral, yeah. I use my antiviral stuff. I use isatis is one of the best herbs to use for any kind of viruses. So I use my antiviral plants, I use them in there, and I put about 40 drops in the mixture of the ginger, yeah. That's 20, and that's 40. I'm just trying to tell you what I do to keep myself healthy, You know what I mean? I don't want to get sick in America. Then I go to my deep defense. When I created this product, I wanted to make it more accessible to the cells. So I use a lot of plants in here to keep the immune system so well, in a perfect condition, not compromised now, that when you take it, it defends. That's why I call it deep defense. It defends your system. The cells come up and have a guard where they defend themselves against pathogens. You know what I mean? So I will use about 40 drops of the deep defense in my teeth also. These are on the website, patrickdelsholistichealing.com. I use 40 drops in there too. Yeah. And I'm gonna show you what you can do when you go outside with this thing. Then we have one called cold and flu. And because I study with the flu virus, I study how it functions. I know for a fact that in order to fight any kind of flu viruses, you must build up the immune system. And also the flu virus affects the lungs also. So you have to be very careful with the flu virus. I'm going to say again, I'm not telling anyone, do not take your vaccine. That's your choice. You understand? So Facebook police know what I said. All right? I'm calling a disclaimer. The FDA didn't recognize what I'm saying. I have a disclaimer here now. So Facebook, watch out yourself or your police. Watch me now. All right? That's what I do for myself. Cold and flu. And I use a lot of herbs like elderberry, elderflower, garlic. I use onions. I put ginger. I put echinacea. I put some cherries. You know what I mean? Make it taste a little better. Some grapes in here. And very unique formula, but it keeps the immune system healthy also. And I put about 40 drops in here too. Yeah. See that? I have a lot of goji berry there too for children. We have one for children called Children's Health. It has made that particular one. And because I know for a fact that my liver is the most important eliminating organ in my body. It is what we call the most, I call the organ the amazing, I call the liver the amazing organ. The liver does a lot of things. And that is the reason why I take care of my liver in a special way. And because the liver is the foundation of healthy skin, in order to have healthy skin, you must have good liver health and good kidney health. See? And because the liver could have toxic bile, it could jump all the toxic bile in your gallbladder and cause you to have gallstones. I make sure that I made a product for the liver and the skin. So we call it liver and skin tonic. See? Or liver and skin formula. Right there. See, liver and skin. And you can look at the herbs in there. There's dandelion root, there's yellow dock root, there's red clover, there is burdock root, there is horsetail, which have a lot of silica. There is also blessed thistle, the plant, a lot of plants in there for the liver and the skin. But what I did know, I add another plant called buckthorn bark in case the person is constipated, so the liver could produce a little bit more bile to dump in your intestines. So while taking the liver tonic and the daily detox, there are plants in there that can make you go to the bathroom at the same time, make you eliminate at the same time. That's very significant in terms of elimination. And then I want to keep my skin and my liver healthy, because the liver is the amazing organ of the body. And I will put 40 drops in the tea also, 40 drops in my tea. And there is a herb called echinacea. There's 3 different forms of it. And there's a herbalist called David Winston, and I give David Winston a lot of prop because he's a very good herbalist and he don't make no garbage products either. He knows how to make his products. I use some of his products too because he makes some good stuff. Now, when you take an echinacea, there's three of them. It's called ultimate echinacea. Echinacea has to build up the CD4 cells. If you take an echinacea and you put it under your tongue like this, if it don't give you that tingling sensation on your tongue, it's not the real echinacea. It's fake. But this guy here called David Winston, he made this so well that when you put it on your tongue, you can feel that tingling sensation on your tongue, knowing that this is the real echinacea, okay? So I use ultimate echinacea, prevents bronchitis, it prevents laryngitis, it prevents all these kind of inflammation of the lung. And I made it in a married product called Echinacea Golden Seal Astragalus, but I went a little further with mine called Immune Support because I sold out. With Immune Support, and I put a little bit more of the opiopogon and perilla plant in there. I put a little bit of garlic to enhance my product in terms of the Echinacea Golden Seal and Astragalus. You know what I mean? To make it a little bit more potent. Yeah. You could also put it in here, but in order to find out if it's the real echinacea, you can drop it under your tongue. And then you will see definitely if it's tingling your tongue, it's the real echinacea, because that's how it works. Yeah? And then what I do, because I know I'm on a fast, so I'm not going to eat for 14 days. I'm only going to drink coconut water for the next 3 to 4 days while I keep my immune system healthy to prevent pathogens from coming in to harm me. All right? Because the winter is coming up now. I take one digestive enzyme and I put it in the mixture. See? I put it in the mixture. And then what I do again, I take one probiotic. I think it's about 20 billion of them. Yeah? One probiotic. And I take it out again. Yeah? And I put it in the ginger tea. Yeah? And then zinc is important because we know that zinc found in the thymus gland. And if there's not enough zinc in the thymus gland right over here, the thymus gland shrink prematurely and you don't get protection. Yeah? And then automatically you get the disease a little faster. Because the thymus gland is the master gland of the immune system. All right? And that's why God is so important. God is the most important physician and scientist to me in the world, not man. Yeah? They got all the teachers from the Most High. Yeah? They just want to give him the praises though. You know what I mean? And the glory. And I put 50 milligrams of zinc in the ginger tea. Yeah? See to it? Yeah? Wonderful. And my boss right here, this company makes some good products too. They run by some doctors. Doctors who open-minded and know how the body works. Yeah? And I take about 5,000 milligrams of the buffered vitamin C, because buffered vitamin C, you must buffer. See, Jay? You must buffer. See? Calcium, magnesium, and potassium are buffering agents. You must buffer it for it to become in solution 7.0 alkaline. And I put about 5,000 milligrams of that in the ginger tea right here with and I stir it up, you know. And when you stir it up, you can even walk with it. Yeah. You can walk with it. Keep the ginger in there. You can walk with it. And then you can shake it up while you're outside. Oh, shoot. And you can take a sip of it on the road. Like every so often, you just sip it a little bit, yeah? What I do sometimes is I will take 1 drop of peppermint oil, yeah? And drop it in the mixture also, because the peppermint oil is important too. Now, and that will keep you grounded while you're outside in the environment. It will keep you moving. So if you have anybody who's coming along and sneezing and talking and stuff and pitching all these, they call them droplets into your system, you have protection. You know, and that comes from the earth, from God. You follow Jehovah God. You know what I mean? And gave us protection because He's the one that created that system in us to keep us well, yeah? But while you're outside, remember that they have the laws now. They have the laws where you have to wear a mask. When you're going into any kind of stores or hospitals and stuff, they have their masks. They have their laws. And because the Most High told us in Acts of the Apostles that we have to follow their laws while we're on the earth. You know what I mean? Not where they're going, come and contradict His teachings now. But you have to obey the laws. So they have the laws to wear a mask. When you're outside, you wear the mask, right? What I do, if I'm going into a store, I put my mask on. But I also use a little bit of peppermint oil in the process, you know. And before I leave and I'm going into a store, you know, or if I have to go on a bus, on a train, which they say the law, the mask is required, you know, I try to obey the laws, you know what I mean. I will smell a few of the peppermint oil in here till I feel it's kind of like coming into burn, you know. Because what I did, I have 2 layers of the bandana. So I put the bandana in 2 or 3 layers. So you can take a little bit more oil to get into the bandana. You don't want to have just 1 layer of the bandana. You want to have 2 or 3 layers. I don't without a mask. I mean, if you have to go on a plane, you have to. I will do that and still use the oil. But I prefer my bandana because my bandana with the oil is getting into the nostril a little faster. And because they said that the virus get into your nostrils and in your eyes and in your mouth, you have to keep these places heated. Very significant. And because you know that heat kill viruses. You understand? Don't forget that. You know what I mean? So once you get into the lung, you have your ginger, you have your cayenne pepper, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying what I said. They said that. Facebook, don't forget. They said that. All right? So you could inhale. And when you go outside the environment, you walk with the peppermint oil. Because I noticed that a few nurses came from New York City Hospital and they was amazed that using the peppermint oil while they're with patients. And doctors saw them doing it with the steaming too. Doctors was amazed. And the doctors who were in New York Hospital was even using these things too. Because they're getting smart. Because they know that it works. You see what I'm saying? And they feel better. And the nurses was amazed that doctors started to use the steaming in the hospital and the peppermint oil, and they weren't getting sick. So, you know, although these things look very simple, but they are very effective in terms of keeping your immune system healthy and keeping the organs of elimination moving. So when you're out there, when you have your mask on, make sure you walk with a little bit of peppermint oil. You can throw it in your ginger tea and sip it during the day with some cayenne pepper and some lemon or some lime or some key lime, and just sip it every day. Sip it when you're outside. Keep on sipping. It keeps the burner healthy, and because you're living in the winter time now, you can keep the burner. You warm the burner up, and you won't feel warm, and it's going to prevent inflammation. But it's also going to protect your lung at the same time, and protect your nose, and protect your eyes. Once you can keep the organs of elimination clean, that's the key. You see, right? The key is to keep the organs of elimination clean, working for you. All the organs of elimination that keep the bloodstream clean. You know, we call them filterers of the blood. Once you, and no doctors could do these things though, man. Once you can keep the organs of elimination or the filterers of the blood clean and proper from toxins and acids, And you can keep the colon healthy, the sewage system, the garbage collector. Remove your garbage on a regular basis. Don't get high blood pressure. Don't get diabetes. Try to avoid lupus. Try to avoid kidney disease. You know? Try to avoid these things. Try to avoid eating at night. Let your last meal be at 3 to 4 o'clock and make sure it is not heavy proteins. Because heavy protein going to keep your organs lazy. You see what I'm saying? It's just that simple thing. If people follow my things, ain't nobody getting sick. If I go to old age, you go die from natural causes. You know what I'm saying? And you can do pepper and oil like I will do that. And then I will put my mask on after too. So you can do it either way. You can either put it before the mask. Yeah? Yeah? And then you can put the mask on. Yeah? Or you can put the mask on and use the pepper and oil at the same time. Okay? And you have a lot of protection from a lot of pathogens. You know, just try these things. And teach somebody else, because it's each one teach one. Because God put plants on this earth for us to use for our protection. He is the greatest scientist. He's the ultimate healer of all things. So give him all the glory. So now you see what I do. Try to implement them. And you can go to my site. It's called Patrick Delves Natural Healing Patrick Delves Holistic Healing.com. And you can see all my formulas there. And if you want to buy them, you could buy. If you don't want to buy them, it's okay. But look at them and see the write-up that I have on those products. And then you can decide if you want to use these products or not to keep yourself healthy. Blessed love. And give thanks and praise to the Most High, Jehovah God. Because he is the ultimate healer of all things. Not man, not me. None of us could heal anything. Your body heal itself. If you put your body in the right composition to heal itself, your body will do that for you. Blessed love. For the critics, I ain't saying nothing about no cure, so don't come and talk about Patrick Delves quick. I'm just saying what I do to keep myself healthy, okay? Blessed love. And give God all the glory and give thanks and praise to the Most High, because he is the ultimate healer of all things. All right? If the atheists have love among themselves, how come the man who believes in God can't have love among themselves also? Even though the atheists show love to their children, how come the man of God, or the man who's spiritual and who's following the Most High, can't do the same thing? Blessed love. Give thanks and praises. And love your neighbor as yourself.